There is a specific kind of pain that nobody warns you about when you first come to faith. It's not the pain of doubt. It's not the pain of loss. It's the pain of nothing, no answer, no sign, no confirmation that he even heard you. You've been praying the same prayer for months, maybe years, and the silence has become so familiar, it almost feels like an answer in itself. But here's what most people miss, and what took me years to fully understand. The silence is not the absence of God. It is often the very presence of his preparation. Stay with me. There's a man in Scripture most Christians remember for his victory, but forget for his waiting. His name was Joseph. 17 years old, thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, imprisoned without trial. And in all that time, Genesis doesn't record a single moment where God spoke audibly to Joseph. Not one. The silence lasted over a decade. And yet, when Joseph finally stood before Pharaoh, he said in Genesis 41:16, "It is not in me. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer. Not bitterness, not accusation, absolute, unshaken certainty that God had been present the whole time. That is not the faith of someone who had an easy road. That is the faith of someone who learned to trust in the dark. And I wonder, if you're being honest right now, if the dark is exactly where you are, maybe you prayed for healing and the diagnosis didn't change. Maybe you prayed for a marriage and it ended anyway. Maybe you prayed for provision and the account is still empty. And the question that sits quietly at the back of everything you do is, does he still hear me? I want to answer that question directly, not with a platitude, with the truth. He hears you. Psalm 34:18 says, he is close to the brokenhearted. Not distant, not occupied, close. The same God who spoke galaxies into existence bends toward the specific frequency of your grief. That is not a metaphor. That is a promise with a name behind it. But here's where it changes everything. And this is the part most devotionals quietly skip over. The silence is not passive. God is not simply waiting for the right moment like a stage manager about to cue the curtain. He is working. Romans 8:28 does not say all things feel good. It says all things work together for good to those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Work is active. Work is ongoing. Something is being built inside the silence that cannot be built any other way. Corrie ten Boom survived the Nazi concentration camp at Ravensbrück, watching her sister Betsy die in that place. She wrote that Betsy said near the end, "There is no pit so deep that God's love is not deeper still." That was spoken not from a comfortable pew. That was spoken from the floor of the darkest place imaginable. And she believed it. The question is whether you will believe it in your own waiting. What I'm about to tell you took me a long time to accept. The breakthrough you're praying for may be closer than you think, but the version of you that receives it, the version who can steward it, carry it, not be destroyed by it, that version of you is still being formed, and it is being formed in the silence. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "For the vision awaits an appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. It will not delay." That means there is a time, a specific one, and God is not running behind. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not praying into a void. You are in the silence before the miracle. And the silence is not the end of the story. If this message found you at the right time, that's not an accident. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.